Hey there, it's Trixie, and I just wanted to take a quick second to try to explain PEG volume to you. PEG, PEG volume is personal enrollee group volume. It is different than organizational volume, so hopefully you can follow along and we can do this in kind of a simple fashion. It's a complicated topic. It's really not necessarily that beginners know this. I usually don't teach it until probably Director 4, Director 6, somewhere in there. But it does show up on your business report, and I have been getting a couple of questions on it. So I'm going to go ahead and introduce it to you. So let's just use this scenario. Let's say you have 20 personal enrollments, 20 PEs, and in your group, you have 100 customers. So you have 80 that you did not personally enroll, but that are in your group somehow. Somebody else introduced them, whether your support team put them there or whether somebody in your team has enrolled them. And so you have 100 customers in your organization, okay? So hopefully you can see that those are a little bit color coded. And then what I want you to do is, just for the sake of simplicity here, we're going to say that each of those customers purchases 50 points. So we're just going to average it out. I know it varies, but we're just going to say that they're each worth 50 product points, because the way that you're going to see your volume is in points. It's not in customers, okay? So of those 100 customers times 50 points is going to equal, let's see here if I can get this out of here, is going to equal 5,000 points. And that is what you need for Director 4, by the way. So this is a Director 4 business, assuming that one of these is a director. You're at, or excuse me, two of those is a director that you're at the Director 4 volume or for business. So what happens is, I'm going to signify, here's you, and you've enrolled your first person over here, and we put your second partner underneath them, and your third partner underneath them, and then you enrolled your fourth partner, and we started a new leg, and you put your fifth partner underneath them, and then over here you did your customer leg or your nonprofit leg. And so you've got your main person, either your top customer or your nonprofit here. That was your sixth customer. And then basically underneath there, you just filled across the board. So 8, customer 9, customer 10, customer 11. And since you have 20 customers, we're just going to say that, okay, so then 12 through 16 is here. And 17 through 20 is here. And let's just say, for the sake of simplicity once again, that this guy over here introduced 5 people. So there's 5 more people, 5 customers right here underneath this guy, not that you enrolled, but that are just there. That way we can say, okay, so this entity over here has about 15 customers, right? 5, close to 15 customers, or 18 customers, whatever it is, 19 customers. So they have a total of 20 customers under this entity. This guy, let's say over here, just come back. I just want to get this diagram kind of written up for you. This guy has 9 customers that has been here, 9 customers here. This guy has 9 customers that's joined underneath him. Over here, this guy has 29 customers, and this guy has 19 customers. And you notice I put those in orange because they're not their people. So maybe this guy enrolled these folks on here, but they're not your personals. Let's just put it to you that way, because we're talking about you. So your personals are all in the dark circles here, and those are the ones. Your organizational volume is everybody that falls into your database, and we're saying right now that's 100 people. So 100 customers. Your organizational volume is 5,000 points. So that's your org volume. That's very easy to figure out. Now your personal enrollee group volume, which is what we're talking about here, is your PEG. Your PEG, what they do is they say, okay, now list out all your customers, and you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way down through 20, 5, 6, 7, 8, blah, blah, blah. And you're going to say, what is their organizational volume? Put that total here. So let's just start. We'll look at your first customer up here. Okay, so your first or business partner in this case, he has how many people underneath him? Well, he has 18 over here. He's got 9 here, and then he's got these here. So he has a total of 30 customers underneath him. And we've already said that those customers signify 50 points, right? So he's going to have 1,500 points for his organization. Now let's go to number 2. Number 2 guy has 10 people underneath him. As you can see here, he's got 9 over here and he's got 3 here. So he specifically, it doesn't matter if they're his personals, not his personals, his organizational volume is 10. It's actually 11 because you do include him as well, but we're just going to say 10 because it's easier. And so 10 times 50 would be 500 points. Now you come up to you go to number 3. Well, he's just got himself, so he's worth 50 points. So he would be 50 points. Now what I want you to see here is a weird pattern. This 50 points on this third customer is already counted in this guy's, and it's already counted in this guy's. But for PEG volume purposes, because we're taking each one of the personal enrollees and we're saying what is their organizational volume and listing that out, it actually gets counted twice, sometimes 3 times, sometimes more. So that's why your PEG volume is definitely going to be higher than your organizational volume, because technically you're double, triple counting, okay? So that's what that is. Okay, so number 4, this guy has 29 people over here. He's got another 20 here plus himself, 30 and 20. He has 50 customers in his organization. Now you take that and you times it by the 50 points, and you're going to have 2,500 points. I hope you start to see here, 2,500 points. I hope you start to see how it's actually multiplying over here. Your customer over here, even though he has not enrolled anyone, he has an organizational volume of 20 customers. 20 times 50 is 1,000. So number 6 gets 1,000 points. Oh, back over here, number 5 gets 20 customers. And let's see, so 20 times, what did I already do this? 20 times, that is going to also be 1,000. And then what you do when you get these all total up, all 20, is you add that. That's your PEG volume. So a healthy PEG volume is normally 1.5 times what your organizational volume is. 1.5 times org volume. Okay? That's a healthy PEG volume. Sometimes it's 2 times. And then you've got a super great PEG volume, okay? And your PEG volume really doesn't matter until you're senior director. Then you start getting your bonuses based on your PEG volume. So the only time that I ever look at PEG volume is if the PEG volume is less than the org volume, because then that what that means is you're not working most of your business. Somebody else's personal is working hard in your business. So we need to get your personals to be working hard in your business, if that makes any sense. So for instance, if I were to place somebody in this person's business, your business, but it's not your personal, it's going to go over here on this side, but it's going to be orange. Let's say there's, I'll say 1,000 customers over here. That's a lot of points, but that's not going to count in your PEG. So this could end up being more than what your organizational volume is. And that's what the company's trying to stay away from, so that when you get into your leadership, that somebody else isn't building your business, somebody else's personals are not building your business versus what you're doing in your work and your personals. So we keep an eye on it, but otherwise it's not a big deal, but it's important for you to know what that is. So hopefully that's a good explanation to you for PEG volume. And again, you really don't need this in the beginning of your business as long as you're putting in your own personals. By the time you hit senior director, you usually have an average of 50 personals. And you usually have an average of 5 to 7 of those are personal directors for you. And then you have probably in your organization a total of 20 directors. Remember, 5 to 7 of those are yours, and the rest of those are someone else's. So that's what you're going to get for a healthy senior director business at about 400 to 425 customers. So hopefully that helps you and you understand peg volume just a little bit better.